I have a crazy Charles Barkley story, and you're going to want to hear this. So, Chuck grew up in Leeds, Alabama. For those who have never been to Leeds or have never heard of it, there's a good reason why. There is absolutely nothing to do. It is a small town in the middle of Alabama. So, naturally, Chuck was very bored as a kid. And so, what does a bored kid do? He goes and starts stealing stuff from stores downtown. Now, Chuck started off, you could say, smart. He started stealing small stuff like candy and pens, but eventually he made his way to cakes. Yes, cakes. The way that all this went down is honestly so funny. So, Chuck and his friends from school figured out that every Sunday night between the hours of 10 p.m. and 11 p.m., this delivery truck would stop in front of the Winn-Dixie and deliver a box of cakes right in front of the Winn-Dixie and leave it there. So what Chuck and his friends started doing is camping out in front of Winn-Dixie, waiting for the delivery truck, and then stealing the cakes. They would sometimes eat all of the cake right there and then. Sometimes they'd save it. I mean, it just really depended on what mood they were in. But where this story gets crazy is the local cops caught wind of Chuck and his friends stealing these cakes. And so one night, the cops camped out in front of the Winn-Dixie, saw them steal the cakes, and started chasing them through the local woods. And hearing Chuck talk about this story, it's so funny because he talks about how scared he was. And at one point, he like ran into a tree accidentally and fell down and thought that he was like literally dead. And so the cops chased him. Chuck ends up escaping. But when you hear him talk about the story, he talks about how scarring it was and how he never wanted to steal ever again. And he just did not want to get in trouble. And then Chuck and his friends show up at school, and all all his teachers and classmates are clowning them. And the best part is that somebody had come up with the term "cake bandits" to describe Chuck and his friends. And so, if you were wondering, yes, Chuck was part of a gang growing up. It's just that gang stole cakes.